A very good afternoon to everyone. Welcome in the class. The topic of today's class is cloning and expression vectors. So let's crack CSIR UGC NET together. You're watching this video under the platform of Unacademy Learning App. I'm your educator Farida Johar Bandukwala. I have a teaching experience of 10 years. I've qualified MP SLET examination in 2018. If you're opting for Unacademy, what all things you are going to get? You are going to get daily live classes. By daily live classes, you will be always in that momentum of studies. In live class, you can ask your doubts directly with the faculty members. The whole syllabus is quite structured so that you can complete the whole syllabus of the examination in a limited span of time. The live test and quizzes are taken so that you can evaluate yourself that how much you have learned so far, and you will have unlimited access towards all the videos which have been recorded in this category. Unacademy tries to give free live classes on two platforms, that is YouTube and special platform. So you're watching the classes presently on the YouTube platform, and for watching the YouTube classes you just need to subscribe the channel, and after subscribing you can get the notifications of all the upcoming classes, and you can also watch the videos which were previously live. For special class, you need to download the Unacademy Learning app. After downloading the app, you need to make your account. After making account, you will be asked to fill the referral code of an educator. So fill the referral code FP01. After filling my code, you can just watch the free live classes, special classes of mine as well as other educators. Then there is this plus subscription, and it's a paid subscription. For this subscription, you need to pay a certain amount. For 12 months, it is 11,550 rupees. For 24 months, it is 16,800 rupees. And if you're using my referral code, you will be getting an additional 10% discount. So my referral code is FB01. For 12 months, it is going to cost you 10,395. For 24 months, it is going to cost you 15,120 rupees. Now coming to the topic, that is the cloning and expression vectors. Cloning and expression vectors. So what are vectors? We have already done a class on vectors, and we have talked about the plasmid vectors, and we have talked about yeast artificial chromosomes. So in yesterday's class and a class which I have done day before yesterday, we have talked about both of the things. So vectors are widespreadly used in the field of molecular biology. They are used as an efficient mode of transfer of foreign gene of interest into the host organism. So they are mode of transfer of gene of interest into host organisms. So vectors are employed to carry the foreign segment of DNA which can be expressed or replicated into the host cell. So vectors carry foreign DNA to host for two things. One is expression and second is cloning, two things. So vectors are classified into two types basically on these two purposes, that is expression vectors and cloning vectors. So we'll be seeing the difference between the cloning vector and expression vector, and we'll be talking about the features. So first we'll be doing cloning vector, then we'll be doing expression vector. So cloning vector. So first of all, what is the definition of cloning vector? We'll be seeing this. So a cloning vector is a small piece of DNA It's a small piece of DNA which is used to introduce the foreign gene of interest into host cell. So it can be stably maintained within the host organism. It can be stably maintained in host cells or host organisms. Right. Now, what is the role of cloning vector? Why is it used? So, what is the role? It is used to obtain multiple copies of foreign gene of interest. Used to obtain multiple copies of gene of interest. Cloning. So, we are just saying multiple copies. So, I'll highlight the word over here. Multiple copies. And the name cloning. Right. After that, what are the types? So types, they can be plasmids, they can be cosmids, they can be phages, they can be bacterial artificial chromosome, yeast artificial chromosome, or mammalian artificial chromosomes. These are some of the types. Then coming to features of cloning vectors. So a typical cloning vector would contain origin of replication that is needed, origin of replication. Then it would contain unique restriction sites. Then it would contain reporter gene. And it would contain antibiotic resistance site. Antibiotic resistance site or gene. These four things are a must for a cloning vector to be. Origin of replication, unique restriction site, reporter gene, and antibiotic resistance gene. These are a must when we are talking about a cloning vector. Now coming to the expression vector. Expression vector. So definition. So expression vector is a plasmid that not only introduces a gene of interest into the host, but it also aids in analysis of the gene of interest via relevant protein production. So what is it? It's a plasmid that not only introduces a gene of interest into host organism, but also aids in analysis of gene of interest by relevant protein product expression. So when we are talking about expression vector, the important thing over here is expression or protein formation, protein product. So that is the analysis, or maybe if they want the product, anything. It can be maybe they want the expression or they want to see anything. Now role, so it is used to obtain on or analyze the gene product, used to obtain, maybe they want the expression or maybe they want to analyze, used to obtain or analyze gene product, which may be RNA or protein, right? So role is this. After role, let us talk about its type and then features. So only a plasmid can be used as an expression vector. So in type, I would be using another color and I would write plasmid. Only plasmid can act as a expression vector. After that, what are the features? So an expression vector, it consists of the regulatory elements like enhancers, promoters, termination sequences, transcription initiation site, translation initiation site, and in addition to having all the features of a typical cloning vector. Cloning, it will have all the things just like cloning vector plus other things it will be having. So will contain regulatory elements like enhancers, promoters, termination sequences, then transcription initiation site, and plus all features, plus all features of cloning vector. So this is the expression vector, right? Now we'll be discussing the cloning vector and expression vector individually. We'll be seeing some of the things which are necessary to be seen. So I hope you people have understood that what is a cloning vector and what is an expression vector. Now let us deal them separately. So cloning vector. So cloning vector, it acts as vehicle to transfer the gene of interest into host organism. Vehicle to transfer gene of interest into host organism. Then it has got inherent ability to incorporate into the host cell. Inherent ability to incorporate into host cell. Now, essential characteristic of a cloning vector is that it should be easily inserted and removal of unwanted DNA segment by treatment with restriction enzyme. So, important character of cloning vector is easy insertion, is easy insertion, and removal of unwanted DNA. Removal of unwanted DNA segment by restriction enzymes. Then a cloning vector consists of an origin of replication, a selectable marker, a reporter gene, and restriction site. This we have seen that what all things it consists of. So still let us revise. Consists of origin of replication, then a selectable marker, a reporter gene, and restriction site. So the origin of replication, why is it needed? It enables the cloning vector to replicate inside the host cell. The origin of replication is needed so that the cloning vector can replicate inside the host cell and utilizing the machinery of the host and can obtain the multiple copy of the inserted gene and itself. Then the purpose of selectable marker, a selectable marker can be anything just like antibiotic resistance gene, which would allow the screening of the host cell which carry the recombinant DNA from the cells which haven't been carrying the recombinant DNA. Then presence of unique restriction site will actually make the vector to be easily excised in the particular sequence and such that the insertion of the foreign DNA would be easier. That is the function of restriction site. After that, the function of reporter gene, it helps in identification of successful clones and thus there is screening. So we have seen the function of all the four things, that is origin of replication, selectable marker, a reporter gene and a restriction site. Now coming to expression vector. Expression vector. So expression vector is also known as expression construct. So it is used for expression of a protein in the host cell. Used for expression of a protein in host cell. Then an expression vector would contain all the regulatory sequences like promoter, we are just going to write, would contain regulatory sequences like promoter, then ribosomal binding site, then transcription initiation site, then translation initiation site, so that are essential for expression of protein product. All these things are essential for expression of the protein product. So promoter, ribosomal binding site, transcription initiation site, translation initiation site. So all these regulatory sequences utilize the machinery of the host organism. Utilizes machinery of host organism. So in addition to all the regulatory sequences which we have seen, like promoter, ribosomal binding site, transcription initiation site, translation initiation site, it would contain all the other elements which a cloning vector would contain. So what all things we have read over there, that what all things it would need. So let us just see. So it would also contain would also contain would also contain origin of replication, origin of replication. Then it would contain selectable marker. Then it would also contain a reporter gene. Then it would also contain sites for restriction enzyme. Site for restriction enzyme. So then what are the uses of expression vector? Let us see that expression vector, sorry, expression vectors are used for pharmaceutical purposes, purposes like production of insulin, like production of insulin, antibiotics, growth factors, and etc. Then they are also employed to produce the genetically modified organisms, also used for production of genetically modified organisms and transgenic plants. So the examples are very famous examples: golden rice, insect resistant plant varieties, insect resistant plant varieties, and etc. Right? So this ways we have seen that what is the cloning vector and what is a expression vector. So first of all, we have seen that what is a vector. So vector is a DNA molecule which is actually used for transfer of gene of interest into the host organism. Then vectors, they carry the foreign DNA to the host cell, and they are of two types, that is expression vector and they are the cloning vectors. After that, cloning vectors are divided into the following heads: definition, their role and their types. We have seen that in detail. Then we have talked about expression vector, their definition, their role and their type. Importantly, remember that expression vector would be of only plasmid type, no other types. Rest all different types of vectors which we come across and we read, they all are kind of cloning vectors. After that, we have seen cloning vectors and expression vector in another different light, and we have completed this cloning vector and expression vector in a very simple and well understandable manner. And as we say in the end, let's crack CSIR UGC NET and GATE 2021 together. GATE 2021 together. If you haven't subscribed our channel, subscribe our channel. The name of our channel is Let's Crack CSIR UGC Net. Hit the bell icon for getting all the notifications of the upcoming classes. Subscribe the channel, and if you really like the video, give it a thumbs up. For getting the plus subscription, use my referral code FB01 and avail a discount of 10%. And recently a major discount is going on, so just go for the plus subscription, and you can attend the special classes of mine as well as of other educators by using my referral code FB01. If you have any kind of doubt or query while attending the class, you can write freely in the chat box. I'll be very much willing to solve your doubts and queries in the live class. And I hope that you people would come back for the another class, because we are doing the crash course in the evening for the gate syllabus, and we are doing a crash course for CSIR in the morning batch. So I hope to see you all in the further classes, and I want you people to study hard this year and qualify the examination. If you are watching this video even when it's not live and it was live once, so you can write in the comment box whichever doubt you are having or coming across any kind of doubt. So just write in the comment box whatever doubt you are coming across, and whenever I'll be watching and I'll be going through my video, I'll be very much willing to take up your doubts. So just watch the videos and write your doubts. uh, and those students who have joined the class late, for them you can watch the video, because now we are done with the thing. Tomorrow in the morning class, we'll be talking about the radioimmunoassay topic. So I hope to see you there. Quite important for exam point of view. And lastly, thank you very much for coming for the class. And it was really nice teaching you all. Till we meet next time and we do some other topic, be happy and keep on studying. So I think you people have understood the topic well. So finally, it's a bye from my side. We'll be meeting tomorrow morning 10:30, and we'll be meeting 5 o'clock tomorrow in the evening. So let's meet.